G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. And today's topic is the Manchester City game. Should we throw it to prevent Arsenal winning the league? Now, before I get going on this one, I think I'm in the minority on this one. The answer's no. And what I'm going to say is kind of what I've already said to one of my closest friends in England, and also Jacob on United Spurs of America last night. So take it with a pinch of salt. But I am scratching my head that I think I'm in the minority on this one, that people are quite willing to do things like, excuse me, field an under 23 side, put Ollie Skip up front to make sure Arsenal don't win the league. And I find it horrifying. I find it horrifying, the idea that Tottenham Hotspur would go out onto a football pitch with the intention of throwing a football game. I don't care. Now, just to get, see, I don't care if Arsenal win. If Tottenham aren't winning the league, whether Arsenal or Liverpool or Man City win it, I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed. And it seems to be some of the motivation comes from, oh, but Arsenal fans are going to be all up us and all this, and oh, I can't take the heat and all that sort of stuff. Oh, my Lord. Myself, I don't define my successes by other people's failures. Yeah, I am going to take some bloody moral high ground on this one, folks. Strap in. Now, maybe I'm a bit more immune to this sort of stuff because in my last year of school, Arsenal had just won the league championship. It was when Michael Thomas scored in the last minute or so at Anfield to beat Liverpool 2-1, and they won the Division 1 title. And at that time, Tottenham were on a bit of a slide. And so for the last year of my school, I was the only Spurs fan in the school. It was all Arsenal. Everyone from Salvo's was Salvatore, and they were all Arsenal fans. So pretty much every day for a year, I copped some sort of shit. Now, it wasn't bullying or anything like that. It was banter, but it was a pain in the arse. It was slightly disheartening to face that every day. But maybe it just toughened me up because I don't care. By the end of that year, I had to not care. Otherwise, I would have been rolling around in a barrel with a sponge or something. I don't even know what that means. But so I don't care. I don't care what Arsenal fans say because I don't watch them. I never watch them. The only time I watch anything related to Arsenal is if they lose something 10-0 or something like that. Then I'm quite happy to look at their tears. So my main reasons for wanting us to go out and trying to beat City are, well, one, I'm fairly sure there's some sort of rule somewhere in the Premier League, isn't there? Well, there should be, that you can't go out with the intention of losing a football game. That's not the idea of the competitive sport. Two, we've already had our chances to affect the title race, and we fluffed it against Arsenal. We got 1 point, they got 4. That's where we could have made the impact, and we didn't. Gave it a good go, but we didn't. Thirdly, the season is a season that's compiled over 38 fixtures, and you want to do as best as you can. And if by doing best as you can, you mean, well, when we look at the results, there's 37, but one with an asterisk, because we all know we didn't go out to win that one. I think that, well, then you don't get a true measure of how you've performed that year. The record books are wrong. You look back on last year, or, someone in the future looks back on the table. Oh, Tottenham, I thought they would have got 3 more points than that. What happened? Well, we folded because we didn't like Arsenal fans saying we won the league. It's not a good enough reason, man. Another point. Man City are still, we're still one of the bogey teams for them. We lost to them in the FA Cup this year, but we had a really good draw up there, 3-3. And I'd prefer that if we are having a bit of a title tilt next year, which I think we might be, that we've got as much psychological advantage over the teams we're competing against next year. And if we're going into our first fixture against Manchester City next year, and they know that we've thrown a game or purposefully done it or whatever, they're gonna have a psychological leg up on us. I just cannot. I find it I find it flabbergasting that people are actually seriously saying this, and this isn't just like this is like across a cross section of Spurs fans, man. This isn't just fringe elements. This is a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, field the under-23s. I'm scared of Arsenal winning the league." Bloody grow a pair, man. Grow a pair. This is football. This is football. Would you want to be a fan paying money at the gates? Hey, I'm going to go and see my Spurs. Oh, is it going to be a day where we're going to try and win a game? Or is it going to be one of those ones we're going to do a bit of a Gareth Southgate in the World Cup and throw a game for our own? It's not even for our advantage, though. It's the disadvantage another team. It's nothing to do with Spurs anymore, the title race. And I know that Arsenal have done shenanigans in the past, dodgy lasagnas, stirring around fixtures to their own benefit because the Premier League love a bit of, what's his name, David Dein? They love a bit of him, don't they? So they'll do anything Arsenal wants. Okay, that makes them the bad guys. They're the bad guys, the villains. We're the good guys. We're the good guys. We're at the end of pretty much every crime-related film in the 70s and 80s and 90s, where at the end the bad guy's on the ground, the good guy's got his gun, and he says no, because then I'll just be like you. And then he turns his back, and the bad guy then pulls a gun and gives him an excuse to shoot him. Anyway, so he gets satisfied. But you see my point. We're not Skeletor, we're He-Man. We have principles. We're not going to go around cheating and throwing games. It befuddles me how anyone could want to lose a game of football. I don't understand it. But that's it. That's the world I live in now. This topsy-turvy world where it's like, oh, well, if we can't have the title, we don't want you to have the title either. It's like some jealous ex-boyfriend or something. If I can't have her, no one can have her. It's like, who gives it? Why do people care if Arsenal win the title? It doesn't bother me. Because the main thing for me is we haven't won it. That's it. If we'd have won it, that would be good, but we didn't. Now, as a mild thing, then this is sort of pie in the sky, perhaps, but maybe as a mild consequence of if Arsenal win the league. And look, I hope they don't. It's not like I want them to win or anything like that, but I don't want us to go around cheating to affect that result. That's the difference between Tottenham and Arsenal. They cheat, we don't. Is say if Arsenal do win the league, maybe that would give some incentive for the board at Tottenham to realise, it can be done with a North London club. We've got a bit more money than Arsenal. That's what we should be aiming for. And maybe we might see a little bit more leadership out of the top of the club. We've got all the leadership you can poke a stick out of Ange Postecoglou, but maybe the board will start heading in that direction. I mean, that's a mild pie in the sky thought, but it's something. My main reasons are from a pure sporting point of view. You don't ever go out and try to lose a game on purpose. I mean, it's like one day you're doing that, the next day you're doing Ivan Toney shenanigans, aren't you? I mean, what's to say why not have a bet on it as well? I mean, it's just, what's up with the 21st century? People wanting to lose games of football. It does my nut in. So I hope we go out and beat Manchester City 6-0. That's what I want. It gives us a platform for next year. This is a golden opportunity with kind of not too much downside or jeopardy for us to test ourselves against one of the best teams in the league, nay, in the world. And I don't want to waste that opportunity. I want to use it to sharpen us, make us better. And it ain't going to make us any better if we go out with, I don't know, Santiago, Donnelly. I mean, they're good players. They might cause an upset. And if they did that, that'd be even better. Because then it was part of a plan to win a bloody game. Not to throw one like a weak, lily-livered slug climbing under a brick because we don't want other things pointing at us. Bugger that. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We're the greatest team the world has ever seen. And we ain't losing no game on purpose. That's all I have to say. Peace and love, man, and come on, you Spurs.